Rupa Raghunatha Pade Rahumora Asa Prarthana Karaye Sada Narottama Dasa. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्री नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर की जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि। All glories to simple devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to simple devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to simple devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, Gaur Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 10, Chapter 52, entitled Rukmini's Message to Lord Krishna. Text number 60. Bhagavan api Govinda Upaeme Kurudvaha Vaidarbhim Bhishmakastam Shriyo Matram Swayamvare. Bhagavan api Govinda Upaeme Kurudvaha Vaidarbhim Bhishmaka Sutam Shriyo Matram Swayamvare. Bhagavan api Govinda Upaeme Kurudvaha Vaidarbhim Bhishmaka Sutam Shriyo Matram Swayamvare. Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, Api, indeed, Govinda, Krishna, Upayeme, married, Kuru Udvaha, O hero among the Kurus, Parikshit, Vaidarbhim, Rukmini, Bhishmaka Sutam, the daughter of King Bhishmak, Shriya, of the goddess of fortune, Matram, the plenary portion, Swayamvare, by her own choice. So 16 and 17, both verses are translated together. I will just read 17th also. Pramatya tarasa radnya salvadim chaidi pakshagan Pashyatam sarvalokanam tarkshe putra sudham yuva. Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada disciples ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. O hero among the Kurus, Parikshit, the Supreme Lord Himself, Govinda, married Bhishmaka's daughter, Vaidarbhi, who was a direct expansion of the goddess of fortune. The Lord did this by her desire, and in the process, He beat down Salva and other kings who took Shishupal's side. Indeed, as everyone watched, Sri Krishna took Rukmini just as Garuda boldly stole nectar from the demigods. Purport. Srila Jiva Goswami gives the following profound comments on these two verses. The word Shriya Matram indicate that beautiful Rukmini is a direct expansion of the eternal goddess of fortune. Therefore, she is worthy to be the bride of the personality of Godhead. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha. In the spiritual world, all the female lovers are the goddesses of fortune, and the male lover is the supreme personality. Thus, Srila Jiva Goswami explains Srimati Rukmini Devi is a plenary portion of Srimati Radharani. The Kartik Mahatmya section of the Padma Puran states, Kaishore Gopakanyasta Yavane Rajakanyaka. In childhood, Sri Krishna enjoyed with the daughters of coward men, and in his adolescence, he enjoyed with the daughters of kings. Similarly, in the Skand Puran, we find the statement, Rukmini Dwara Vetyam tu Radha Vrindavane. Rukmini is in Dwarka, what Radha is in the forest of Vrindavan. The term Swayamvare here means by one's own choice. Although the word often refers to a formal Vedic ceremony in which an aristocratic girl may select her own husband, here it indicates the informal and indeed unprecedented events surrounding Krishna's marriage to Rukmini. In fact, Shri Krishna and Srimati Rukmini chose each other because of their eternal transcendental love. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadanti Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padagamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvidamsha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Parishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatta Deshatarine नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतुषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा। So I welcome everyone for today's Srimad Bhagvatam class. I seek blessings of all devotees assembled here so that I can speak something for my own purification. I am happy to see all of you enthusiastically coming for Srimad Bhagavatam class. I am seeing some new faces, wonderful, bright faces of some devotees here. Devotees are coming from which place? Oh, you are on picnic, spiritual picnic. Okay, thank you for coming. So here we are discussing Rukmini's message to Lord Krishna. This is one of the most enchanting pastimes from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam or Krishna's pastimes are very enchanting, very entertaining, and very purifying. We can hear them without any envy towards Lord. Those who are envious, when they hear, they get very disturbed. Like now we'll see, there are many envious personalities in this pastime who are very, very disturbed by Krishna marrying Rukmini. But devotees feel extremely joyful and blissful, happy to see Rukmini getting married to Krishna, or Krishna getting married to Rukmini. So these pastimes of Lord, especially conjugal pastimes, maybe little difficult to understand, and especially Krishna's pastime in Vrindavan with gopis, they are even more difficult to understand. Here, just now we sang the song by Narottam Das Thakur. He explains how and when we can become qualified to understand this special pastimes of Lord. Gauranga bolite habe ulak sharira. When we chant Gauranga, here's on the understanding. Check. Huh? Gauranga, Gauranga bolite ulak sharira. As soon as we chant Gauranga, here stand on end in ecstasy. When we come to this platform, we can understand this pastimes of Krishna very nicely. We can understand glories of Krishna's, especially conjugal pastimes. And one can understand the abode of Lord, Vrindavan, Gauranga. This is one thing. Second, he says, Hari Hari Bolite Naine Babinir. Hari Hari, Hari Hari. How many of tears are coming? So when one chants Hari Hari, immediately tears come flowing spontaneously out of love for Hari. Then we can appreciate these pastimes in real sense. So if hairs are not standing on end, tears are not coming, that means we have a long way to go. Sometimes when we have to accomplish something, if we accomplish something, just done. Next now, no? What next we want to do? We want to accomplish many things, one after another. One achievement after another achievement. And as soon as we complete one achievement, we want to take up another adventure, another some task, another project to complete. But here we see our task or our project is to understand Krishna's wonderful pastime, understand the eternal abode of Krishna, Vrindavan. And we have a long way to go. So we can't be complacent. आर कबे निताय चांदे करुणा है बे संसार वासना कबे तुच्छा बे. We can understand Supreme Lord, His pastime is about when sansara vasana becomes insignificant. We become free from that sansara vasana, material desires to enjoy, separate from Krishna in this world. And when that will happen, Ar Kabe Nitaya Chandra. When we receive the mercy of Lord Nityananda, then our material desires will be gone, and then we'll be able to better appreciate Krishna, His pastimes and abode. Sometimes people ask, hey, why do you have Nitai Gauranga here? Why don't you have Radha Krishna? So when we receive mercy of Nitai, our sansara vasana will become insignificant. Then we can better appreciate Radha and Krishna, and we can better serve them. We can become qualified after mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. Vishaya chadiya kabe shuddha habe mana. Kabe ham heribo Shri Vrindavana. So when we'll give up all endeavors for sense gratification, then we'll be able to see Vrindavan Dham. Now Kartik is coming, many devotees are going to Vrindavan. So we can that we can become free from all these material desires. We can become free from material endeavors, our endeavors for sense gratification. So when day will come, when we'll chant Gauranga, here stand and end. When we chant Hari Hari, tears start falling eyes. When we receive mercy of Lord Nityananda, and our desires, material desires become washed off, and our heart is filled free from all Shuddha Habe Mana. We give up all endeavors for sense gratification, and our heart is purified. Then we can actually see Vrindavan Dham and appreciate that abode of love. Rupa Raghunath Pade Hui Beakuti. When we'll develop attachment to the writings of Rupa and Raghunath, Goswamis, Acharyas, Tabe Ham Bhujabo Yugala Priti. This conjugal pastimes, loving pastimes, Lord, one can understand by studying sincerely books of Goswamis and previous Acharyas in Guru Parampara. If we try to just directly read and understand, we may not be able to understand. But when we hear from and read as per our great Acharyas, predecessor Acharyas like Goswamis, then we'll be able to properly understand things without getting mistaken. Without help of Acharyas, when we study this past tense, it may appear mundane. And one may try to imitate also. But when we hear from Acharyas, then we'll understand how they're divine, and we'll be able to better appreciate and worship this past tense. रूप रघुनाथ पदे रहु मोदास प्रार्थना करें. So my desire is to remain always at lotus feet of all these acharyas like Rupa Goswami Sadhguru and follow in their footsteps, so that one day I can better appreciate Krishna, his wonderful pastimes and his wonderful abode. So here we are seeing this special pastime, very enchanting, very thrilling pastime. Krishna's pastime can captivate anybody. We see nowadays in modern movies, this many movies have this theme of love story filled with so much of what is action packed movie, action and romance. Especially this past time we can see there is so much of romance and so much of action, and there is a great diplomacy also in this. In last chapter, we saw another exciting thing, that how he's very skillfully arranged to kill Kaleona, defeat all his enemy, then ran away from Jarasandha, climbed huge Pravarsan mountain. Yesterday it is mentioned it was how many miles? 90 miles, 11 yojanas. 90 miles means almost 140 kilometers high. Mount Everest, what is height of Mount Everest? It's 8.89 kilometers. Pravarsan mountain was 140 kilometers. Mount Everest is considered as of now today's humanly known highest peak on planet Earth. That is just 8.8 kilometers. 8.89. This Pravarsan mountain was 140 kilometers. Krishna jumped from 140 kilometers, and there was no breaking of bones, or anything. We have seen Mount Everest, so many mountaineer people go, and every year there are so many accidents and so many deaths happen there. So somebody just little bit slips off, some ice falls, something, and so many deaths take place. 8 kilometers, what to speak of 140 kilometers. So we see two things are there. One is that it is from Dwapara. Like during Krishna's time, even this our Govardhan was very high and very huge. But as age, Kali Yuga, everything becomes small. So mountain has also become small. And another thing is that not all part of the universe or the world or reality is visible to our eyes. This Himalaya also is not actually small. Himalaya is very huge. But we only see very small part of Himalayas. Similarly, maybe Pravarsan mountain, where it is, we don't know, but exactly where but maybe we are not able to see the heights of as of now. One because of Kali Yuga, and another because of we see majority of the reality we are not able to see. We are not able to see ourselves only. What to speak of the world around us, How many of you can see soul, Atma? We can't see ourselves. What to speak of seeing the world? So we are very, what we say, we are very okay. Our situation is little, okay, very insignificant. But it is possible to see the reality. It's possible to see entire reality. We need to become qualified. We see when one goes to some place, not that everything is really like you go to now in Calcutta. It's not that everywhere and everything you can see. Certain places there are securities, you can't enter. You are not allowed. No access. Access denied. So when one is qualified, one can have access to confidential parts. So here, especially when we see and hear Krishna's pastime, we should not think, oh, it's imaginary thing. Acharyas have no, they have, it's not that they have nothing to do and therefore they are writing some imaginary things. No. What Bhagavatam says or scripture says is perfect, but maybe certain things we are not able to see or perceive because of our own disqualifications. If we read Srimad Bhagavatam and scriptures, there are so much glories of Vrindavan. But if we go to Vrindavan, we may not be able to see with our eyes entire beauty of Vrindavan, because we need to become qualified to see that. But at least we are fortunate that we are able to hear it. That itself is good fortune. Seeing is another thing. First way to see is by hearing. We are so blessed and so fortunate that we can hear about Kingdom of God. We can hear about Vrindavan. We can hear about wonderful pastimes of Lord. That itself is our greatest good fortune. And hearing, and actually hearing is better way of seeing the things. Hearing from right sources. Hearing with faith. Hearing free from envy of Lord. So we are so fortunate now we are able to hear about Krishna's pastime, Krishna's marrying Rukmini. So here we see Sukadeva Goswami. Everybody can repeat today's verse. O hero among Kurus, Parikshit, the Supreme Lord himself, Govinda, married Bhishmaka's daughter, 𝐉𝐻𝐈𝐍, who was a direct expansion of the goddess of fortune. Lord did this by her desire, and in process he bent down Shalva and other kings who took Shishupal's side. Indeed, as everyone watched, Sri Krishna took Rukmini just as Garuda boldly stole nectar from the demigods. Jai Shri Nitai Gauranga. So here we see in one verse, Sukadeva Goswami is summarizing entire pastime of Rukmini. Kalevana killed, Krishna ran away from Asanda and he married Rukmini, Haribo. That's finished. And then when Parikshit Maharaj hears about it, immediately inquires further. So had Parikshit not inquired, maybe Sukadeva Goswami would have proceeded further. So immediately this Parikshit inquired, I heard that Krishna married Rukmini in a Rakshasa style, kidnapping and all these things, Rakshasa style of marriage, So, and how did Krishna defeat this king of Magad, Jarasandha? He ran away from him, and then now again he had to face him. And how he defeated all these envious kings who had assembled together, Shalva, Shishupal, Dantavakra, Vidura, all very powerful. They had come with great plans, with great preparation. They had come with not just for celebrating marriage, they had come with huge army. Because they were thinking that Krishna may come. Because Rukmini wanted to marry Krishna, it was known to everybody. But it was Rukmini who had, his elder brother of Rukmini, wanted that Rukmini to be married to Shishupal. Because Rukmini was envious of Krishna. He didn't want her sister to marry to Krishna. So it was, he had arranged everything. Though all his family members wanted Rukmini to marry Krishna, even all citizens wanted Rukmini to marry Krishna. But one person, Rukmini, the elder brother of Rukmini, wanted Rukmini to marry to Shishupal. So when Shishupal came, he also invited all his friends. So all friends came, not alone, but huge armies. Because they were having an idea that there may be, some problem may happen. So we have to be fully prepared so that this Krishna should not take away a bride. So, and just see what a situation, no? Rukmini herself heard about Krishna from all the sages like Narada Muni, and just by hearing about Krishna, she developed attraction for Krishna, and she wanted to marry Krishna. Here in today's verse, Acharya explained Rukmini's expansion of Srimati Radharani. She is eternally goddess of fortune, eternal consort of Krishna. So naturally, she would want to marry Krishna. And when her marriage was arranged to somebody else, she didn't say what to do. Now my brother and father, they are my maintainers. They have arranged what to do. Okay, maybe I should get married. No, she was very intelligent lady. She is a daughter of king, so she was very bold and courageous, very intelligent, very thoughtful, and most important, she was very much dedicated to the lotus feet of Krishna. So immediately, when she saw that situation is becoming very difficult, immediately she called for a very trustworthy Brahman, confidential person. Brahman was supposed to be very truthful, confidential. So she called and privately told him. She wrote a letter. This, you can say, first love letter, no? Glorious love letter, which is worshipped by millions of sages since time immemorial. So she wrote a letter, love letter to Krishna. And immediately Brahmana went to Dwarka and handed over, went, and when Krishna very nicely received him, gave him nice, wonderful prasadam, gave him nice place to take rest. And when Brahmana was rested, personally Krishna went, massaged his feet, and then privately, confidentially talked with him. My dear Brahma, you have come. It seems some urgent matter is there, some confidential matter is there. How can I serve you? Please let me know. Then Brahmana said, oh, I have come with a confidential message from daughter of this King Bhishmak, Rukmini. And then this Brahmana read letter of Rukmini to Krishna, where Rukmini tells that, my dear Krishna, my marriage is being arranged with Shishupal, whom I don't want to marry. I have given my heart to you. Who is worthy person other than you to marry? So please, somehow or other, accept me and please come and kidnap me from the marriage ceremony. You may think, when you come, because I will be in the inner chambers of the palace. So when you go in the inner chamber, you may have to kill so many people will oppose you going in the inner chamber. So you may have to kill so many people, and you may feel awkward to kill all of them. She said, don't worry, you don't have to come to inner chambers. One day before just marriage, there is a tradition that a bride has to go to the temple of Ambika. So when we are going there, that time is the best time you can kidnap me. And she said, please come, and I cannot live without you. And if you somehow other, if you don't come and don't accept me, then I will give up my life. And if I am not qualified, then maybe hundreds of lifetimes I will perform tapasya, so that one day I can get you as my husband. So Rukmini was very committed. It was not that, okay, if I will try, if doesn't work, no problem. Anyway, I have to live my life. She said, I will give up my life. I will perform severe austerities. I will fast and I will die. And then I will again take birth and again perform austerities. Because I know to achieve you is not possible. So many yogis, so many great devotees, life after life, they perform tapasya to get you. So, okay, if I am not qualified and if I don't get you as my husband this life, I am prepared to die and perform hundreds of lifetimes of tapasya. So that was our determination. Now we hear our mundane love stories, but we can't see this kind of determination, life after life. So But Rukmini was so determined. And when Krishna read it, Krishna also immediately she could understand the sincerity in the words and letter of Rukmini, and immediately he prepared to go. Immediately called for Daruk, and immediately he left alone. He and Daruk and Brahman. But Balramji came to know what's happening, and he also came to know that there are so many all these great warriors, Jarasandha, Shalva, Vidura, Dantavakra, all of them are going to Shishupal marriage. Shishupal is getting married to Rukmini. So Balramji understood there is going to be a big thing. So immediately he also prepared with his army, and with all his army he left. So this is a very exciting pastime coming further. And we see this Bhishma. He was not particularly attracted to Shishupal, but because he was very affectionate to Rukmi, his elder son, he arranged for all wonderful facilities. He arranged his city was beautifully decorated. All wonderful arrangement made for marriage of Rukmini. Damghosh, the father of Shishupal, and that all that entourage came. He arranged wonderful uh, uh, hospitality for all of them. All of them came with big armies, so he arranged for everybody's facilitation. Can you imagine? Lakhs and crores of army people facilitate them. Sometimes we have few guests and we feel, "Arey baap re, how to arrange?" We have few youths coming for a camp, and then we have to struggle. Arey, how we have to? We have small festival, and but here we see so many kings, and their kings means you have to accommodate them accordingly, according to their not that we can put them in ordinary accommodations, according to their rank and according to their wealth and according to their prosperity, according to their position, all hospitality has to be done. So Bhishma arranged all that. And then Bhishma saw Krishna also came, and Balaram also came, so he also very nicely received him, and he also gave first accommodation and first class reception to them. And here Rukmini was, and actually earlier Rukmini was in great anxiety because she didn't hear about anything from Brahmana. Brahman didn't came, and then she was thinking maybe Krishna has rejected me, maybe I'm not qualified, maybe I have some faults in me, maybe so many negative thoughts were coming. But she was still prepared. She said, no problem. If not this life, in some future life, I will achieve Krishna. But when she was thinking like that, immediately her left thighs, left arm, left eyes started, twisting some shape. So immediately she understood there is some auspicious good news going to come. Immediately she saw Brahmana, and he was in very happy mood. Just by seeing Brahmana, he's saying body language, she could understand there's some good news. And then Brahman came and informed that Krishna has accepted your proposal and Krishna is coming. Krishna has already come, and Krishna will marry you. So she becomes so happy. So, and this way, we'll see further many more detailed, elaborate pastimes. So now I will just speak few minutes because Kartik is coming. Just after few days, from 9th of October, one of the most auspicious month, Kartik is going to begin. Among all the months, Kartik is the most glorious month, Krishna's favorite month, and most powerful month for spiritual advancement. In month of Kartik, Krishna performs so many wonderful pastimes like Rasa dance pastime, Gordhan pastime, then killing of bull demon, Arishtasur, appearance of Radha Kund, Sham Kund, then Prabhupada disappearance day is there in Kartik. Also Dipali, which is one of the very famous Dipali day, Krishna's Damodar pastime took place. That comes in Kartik. Also, Lord Ram returns to Ayodhya, so there's a big celebration, big festival. So, killing of Bhaumasur and Dhanvantari appearance day, and so many other festivals come in Kartik. So it is said that anybody makes some vow in Kartik and follows, one can get unlimited spiritual benefits. I'll just read some of the benefits so that we can little bit mentally prepare when something good, auspicious, wonderful is coming. Unless we know about it and prepare, we may miss the good fortune. So it is said that tiny efforts are rewarded with huge benefits by the merciful Lord Damodar, who is Bhakta Vatsal, especially in this month of Kartik. It said one should perform japa and kirtan sincerely, should offer donations to Vaishnavas, remain absorbed in Hari Katha, worship Lord Hari, feed prasadam to Vaishnavas, bathe at dawn, tend tulsi, offer lamps during Kartik, and make efforts to control one's senses. One can transcend the distress accumulated in millions of births by hearing Hari Katha and reading Srimad Bhagvatam in Kartik. Even if you read one verse, one word in Kartik, one can get from Bhagavatam, one can get profuse benefits. The rare human birth attained after billions of births will be taken away if one does not hear Harikatha and worship Vishnu during Kartik and will suffer in here. So there are advantage of performing Kartik Vrat and there are danger of not doing also. It said if one doesn't follow Kartik, his human form life will be taken away. He will not get human form. Our countless pious deeds performed previously will not be rewarded if we do not take any vow to please Lord Vishnu during Kartik. So many people do so many vratas. All these vratas will not have fruit if one doesn't do Kartik Vrat. And especially in Kartik Vrat, one should offer lamb to Krishna, or lamb to Supreme Lord. We see in Kartik, Damodar month, Krishna performs Damodar Leela, and every day we perform Damodar Ashtakam and we offer lamp. So it is said, sins accumulated in millions of kalpas. Kalpa means 43 lakh, 43 lakh 20,000 years is one kalpa. One kalpa is this much, and millions of kalpas. Sins of millions of kalpas are destroyed instantly when a lamp is offered to Lord Hari in Kartik. When one just offer one lamp, by that all sins are removed. Benefits achieved by taking bath in Kurukshetra during solar eclipse and in Narmada river during lunar eclipse multiplied by millions is achieved simply by offering one lamp to Lord Hari in Kartik. Even hundreds of yagyas, sacrifices cannot match the benefit of one deep offered during Kartik. No scene in the world can survive in front of Kartik Deep. One lamp we offer, no sin can survive in front of that. One who offers Kartik Deep lamp in the temple of Vishnu will prosper with wealth, progeny, good reputation and fame. One should sell himself if necessary to arrange for lamp offering to Vishnu during Kartik up to the full moon day. If you don't have anything, he is saying that one should sell himself also, but get one lamp and offer to Krishna. Fruits of Rasya and Ashwamedh sacrifice are achieved by reviving another's deep in Kartik. Somebody lights other's lamp or help. One can get benefits of so many Rasya and Ashwamedh yajnas. Demigods hanker for association of devotees who lights a lamp in Kartik for Vishnu. He who arranges a deep mala inside and outside the temple of Vishnu will live for supreme abode on the path illuminated by those very deepas. Whatever lamps we offer to Lord and whatever lamps we put in the temple, outside temple, those lamps will lit one's way back home, back to Godhead. When you are going on the way back home, that will light the way. Person who lights Deepamala during Kartik on Ekadashi and Dwadashi illuminates the four directions with his radiance and brightens the universe with the luster of his body and will ultimately live in Vaikuntha, Rebo. So, especially Sanatan Goswami in Hari Bhakti Vilas has glorified this Kartik month and especially offering of lamp in Kartik very much. There are hundreds of verses on just this Kartik. So maybe I will just, what I read was a translation of these verses from Hari Bhakti Vilas. So, ek slok I will just read. Kartikam khalu vai masam sarvamaseshu chottamam punyanam paramam punyam pavananam cha pavanam. Kartik is the best of the months, the most pious of pious deeds, the most purifying of all that purify. So human life is being for purification. Whatever we are doing is for purification. So especially the most purifying month is coming. That's Kartik. And for ourselves as well as all our near and dear ones also. Actually, just by offering lamp, people can get so much benefit. So we can inspire as many people as possible to offer lamp to Damodar in the month of Damodar. I remember Shindapu had arranged very first class lamps, no? Last years. I do not know whether he is arranging this year. Very easy. And so many people so inspired, because people are lazy, Kali Yuga, So if you give all lamps, ghee lamp, everything prepared, and then just tell you just have to lead them, then otherwise they'll say, "Hey, Prabhu, क्या लैंप लगाना था लेकिन लैंप नहीं था, घी नहीं था, ये नहीं था, वो नहीं था, I had everything but no माचिस ही नहीं मिला, क्या करें?" Kaliga people are very lazy. But if you make this box and give that box and 30 lamps for 30 days, and offer every day. So it's a very simple but wonderful vrata. Anybody can do. Man, it's not a mental concoction. It's the scriptures have so many glorification of it. So if you do what scriptures say, what Acharya said, then we get great spiritual benefits. We see his own Jayapada Swami Maharaj. He has promoted this Damodar month festival like anything. People in Middle East and many places, lakhs and lakhs of people are introduced to this Krishna consciousness by offering lamp. There are different ways to give Krishna Bhakti to others. One way is to give books. Is going to come in December marathon. But sometimes giving books is little more challenging. Giving lamp is even easier. We see devotees, they put stalls like devotees put bookstall like that. They put Damodar lamp stalls on the streets, and whoever passing by, they request, please come and offer lamp. And they feel so happy that I have created good fortune for this person. Millions of lives of sin is freed, and people become free from sin. Their path for spiritual life becomes easy. So this is one of the very dynamic preaching activities done in month of Damodar. So this Damodar festival is being celebrated now in ISKCON all world very enthusiastically. It's very simple and people like also. Anyway, Deepavali people like that, lamp festival. They know Deepavali is a festival of, so they may do for 1, 2, 3, 4 days, but we do for 1 year, 1 month, entire month of Damodar. So we can take advantage of this facility. Krishna is very merciful. Srimati Radharani is even more merciful. This month is month of Srimati Radharani, very dear to Krishna, and so it's a super duper discount offer from Krishna to advance in Krishna consciousness. So let us take advantage of this month by taking some vratas, advance in Krishna consciousness, and also inspire as many people as possible to come closer to Krishna. At least offer 1 lamp to Krishna in this month of Damodar. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare.